Now, before I get started getting the gators what they want, I do have a safety rule to go over with all of you. Excited for safety. I'll make your safety in order to want to see it. It's very simple, folks. We just want to make sure nothing you own becomes a part of this here feeding demonstration. That's things like your cups, your water bottles, your favorite child. Don't let any of that dangle over to the side or it could fall into the swamp. We don't, obviously there's about 150 really good reasons why it would be not impossible to retrieve. So with that out of the way, we go ahead and get started. Now what I have got these gators so worked up over, believe it or not, is what's in this bucket. This little pelleted diagram, this is called crop chow. It's made with pork, chicken, fish. It's got vitamin A, various other vitamins, minerals, things like that. So it ends up not only being a complete diet for our alligators, but they tend to really enjoy it. It's pretty darn popular here among our alligators. But it's not the only thing that I've got on offer for you today. You know, varieties of spice of life, so I've brought some of their other favorite starts as well, such as these lovely rats. Ooh. Now, a whole tray like this is really good for an alligator because not only is it meat, it's got the bones, it's got the organs, it's got the skin, and all that stuff full of vitamin A and O too. It's just like when you're eating out to take one of you guys, and notice our friend here, he doesn't chew that food at all. He just follows it all day and we're going. And believe it or not, that's because the alligators are actually not designed to chew things. The argos is side to side like this, alligators just move up and down like that. Really good for grabbing and holding on to the struggling prey, but not so great at breaking it down into smaller pieces. As a result, alligators typically only eat pretty small foods. It's not big enough that they can fit down their throat. Now, I'm sure you were thinking, well, that wait a minute, I've heard about alligators eating deer, wild boar, and all sorts of larger animals. How do they pull that off? Well, it's got this technique called the death roll that is, it turns out really good for turning big things into small things. So you're going to grab onto, say, a chicken or rat-sized chunk of that larger animal and spin it off, eating it piece by piece.
Yes, they can.
We've got the pork and knife, we've got the death roll. Personally, I think that there is a little bit too hard. Now, a lot of people have said the history of our food for good reason. We're one of the oldest foods in the nation, over 130 years of operation. So those 130 years have all been food factors. We started out across the street in what is now Interstate State Park, but due to a combination of natural disasters like hurricanes and floods, there was even a fire. The reports relocated our current address in the 1920s. In the 1930s, we were purchased by the Drisdale family, and they've been with us ever since, expanding our collection from just American alligators to now a whopping 24 different species of crocodiles, as well as a variety of other birds and mammals, and of course, many others. The St Augustine Alligator Farm is passionate about conservation and committed to the highest standards of animal care, considering the bigger picture of wildlife conservation and education. You can help. The small changes big changes. You can talk to me after our show or check out our website to find out more. Now, believe it or not, we are not the only ones involved in conservation. Alligators themselves, they get in on the fun. I want to direct your attention to some of our other guests here today. We've got great white herons, rosy poodles. We've got a couple wood storks there. These little guys make the Donald Duck sounds. Those are snowy egrets. Believe it or not, all of these wading birds are drawn here by the presence of the alligator. So, as it turns out, alligators are some of nature's best bodyguards. If you're a nest predator, like a raccoon or a possum, and you try swimming through this swamp to get at those little birds, young or eggs, you might end up like this rat here. You're not going to get terribly far before an alligator just joins you. As a result, more of those birds' babies are going to fledge, more of those eggs are going to hatch, and more of them are going to come back year after year after year. And as we go later and later in the season, these trees are just going to be grouping of birds. It's still pretty early now, but still pretty darn cool. And I'm sure you all can guess that I don't have quite enough food for all 150 alligators this year, but believe it or not, that is A-okay for a couple of reasons. A big one, who are you aiming at? I hope that wasn't a me. A couple of reasons for that. A big one is that, A, an alligator just doesn't need a whole that much food to begin with. They are what's called exotherms. They're cold-blooded like a lizard or a snake, and as a result, they don't need to eat very much because they're not spending all this energy on keeping their bodies warm. So you can see we've got a few alligators like they're not even bothered to show up. Like, I see what's happening. I'm just not that hungry. Really, an alligator only eats like 80 to 90 pounds of food a year. That's the equivalent of you eating a small sandwich at the start of the week, and that time you over all the way to the following Sunday. It's very little food we eat down to it. Now, you might have noticed something in alligators leaping out of the water for some of these food items. The way they're doing that is the second most powerful muscle in their body, which is that tail. That tail, the ideal side like that tail is rocking them up to 2/3 of their body, like up out of the water, grab things like mammals or birds sitting out on the low-hanging branches, or, rats tied to trees, like we've got today. But obviously, that's the second most powerful muscle in their body. Very often, guess what's the most powerful muscle in their body is, right? Which is the jaw. Now, I've got one more rat here. This is a great opportunity to talk about this jaw. An alligator's bite is second only to the saltwater crocodile in terms of the most powerful bite in the animal kingdom. It's roughly 2,000 pounds of force. That's the equivalent of a small pickup truck falling on you. Except that truck's tires are lined with teeth. Not a good time. You want it? More than a rattle stick. Oh, there we go. Put a little bit on the go. Let's give our alligators a great big hand here. Be such good sport. I do have a few more pellets that I'd like to distribute to our gators, but before I do just want to thank you all